What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Single Black Vegan. You guys know that I left you guys with a to be continued about my big announcement that I was going to be making my very first vegan Thanksgiving dinner, and I am here with an update to let you know how that went. It didn't go so well. It just didn't go well at all. But that's okay. But anyway, I'm gonna get into the details of what went wrong. I think. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I'm sure you guys ate well. I cannot say the same. So remember what my menu was. My greens, mac and cheese, cornbread dressing, jackfruit, turkey, and a honey bun cake. And let me tell you something. Now I understand what my grandmother went through. Like, she would start cooking like 2 days before Thanksgiving. Now, I will say as a vegan, I don't have to let meat cook for so many hours, so I didn't really have to do that. I took my 1 day. I started about 9:30 and I finished around 4 o'clock. Yeah. So it was a long process. It was a lot going on over here and looking at recipes and making sure I'm doing all this and doing all that right.
I did make 1 batch of cornbread the day before because all the recipes told me that I'm supposed to have day-old cornbread. And so I went out to Trader Joe's, got some cornbread mix. I just bought it because it said cornbread mix. Get it home, cook it, smells amazing. I taste it.
And it's really the like Trader Joe's got their own Jiffy cornbread. When I was looking at some of the recipes, they all said, do not use Jiffy. So that's what I said, I'm not gonna use Jiffy. I had to get up and try to go find me some cornmeal that wasn't sweet. And I don't know what it is about this side of the United States. I'm in LA, and I can't find any white cornmeal. And I definitely couldn't find any that didn't say buttermilk cornmeal. I ended up having to get yellow cornmeal, which was fine because it wasn't Jiffy. I can make it on my own. So I followed another recipe. I put everything in there and it called for sugar. And I'm gonna be honest, I was like, sugar? I said I don't want no sweet cornbread. So I'm on the phone with one of my friends who she cooks. She dibbles and she dabbles. She can cook.
And she was like, no, you gotta add sugar. It's gonna give you, whatever. I was like, oh, okay, fine. Found out I didn't have any sugar. I had brown sugar. So I was like, can I use this brown sugar? She was like, do not put that brown sugar in that cornbread. I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, what about honey? Can I put honey in there? She was like, do not put honey in that cornbread mix. And I'm like, the point of it is to be sweet. So, I don't understand what the big deal was, but whatever. So, but I did find some sugar cubes that I had in my pantry. Why? I don't know I had them. And so I was like, I'm just gonna crush them up. And I couldn't crush them up by hand, so I tossed them in the blender. They made the best sugar I ever had. Look, I had the sugar down pat.
Added the sugar in, made the cornbread, but it definitely was sweet again. And I was like, oh. In order for it to taste like my grandmama's, it can't be sweet. It wasn't like Jiffy sweet, but it still had a little sweet hint to it. And to me, in my mind, sweet cornbread means it's gonna turn into stuffing. And y'all know what I said about stuffing. I don't like no stuffing. Got the cornbread, you gotta let that cool so you can cook that later. I think the first thing I made was my greens.
Now, I personally use a recipe that I learned from when I've gone overseas to Africa, and I like what they use. They have one, and they call it sukuma wiki, which is pretty much just any type of green, and you add onions and tomatoes, and it is amazing. And so I kind of do that, and I've been doing that for a while, so that was like, oh, this will be a breeze. I know I made this all the time. But I do my own little thing to it.
And so that was the first thing I made, and I think I forgot that I seasoned it already. And when I put it on my plate to eat, I thought my lips was gonna fall off. I was like, my lips was burning. I don't know what I did or what I forgot that I did because it had too much salt in there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm about to give myself high blood pressure. And I could not even eat it. Like, I could not eat it. I just left it on my plate. Like, I'm not eating it. It was a mess. Like, that's the one thing I knew how to do, y'all. And I messed it up. Okay, what's next? Let me go ahead and get my jackfruits worked out. Okay. Threw that in the oven. That was fine. No biggie. I didn't do a lot of that because I was like, I don't know how this gonna turn out, so I ain't gonna do no whole lot. And it actually came out okay, but it was in the oven and it came out a little more crispy, crunchy. Then I said, all right, let's go ahead on and get this mac and cheese. And I have found this recipe. I'm gonna put a picture up of the image of the mac and cheese that I was supposed to get from this recipe. The only thing sometimes about recipes, and not all of them, some people will tell you exactly what products that they use, but this particular guy, he had a vegan cookbook. It was called vegan soul food or something like that. And his mac and cheese in the book looked amazing. And I'm looking at all the ingredients. I'm like, oh yeah, no big deal. I can go get that stuff. But he didn't tell you the brands. And it could be because he's putting it in his cookbook that he's selling. Maybe he's not allowed to, I don't know. But it would have been nice to know what cheeses he used, because I decided to try a new cheese for this new experiment. And let me tell y'all something. I sprinkled that cheese on the top. And if I were to, I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm gonna put a picture up, but before I put this picture up, I want you guys to know, when you look at it, that's not shredded carrots. It's not. It's supposed to be cheddar cheese, but it looks like shredded carrots. I could not get this cheese to melt to save my life. I could have got a blowtorch and it would have melted this cheese. And I'm gonna put the brand out there. I mean, why not? Now, I like this brand. I may be mispronouncing it, but it's Miyoko's or Miyoko's. Butter, superb. I love the butter. But this cheese, did not do it for me. I follow his recipe. He asked for vegan half and half, vegan cream cheese, vegan sour cream. So it's gonna be real creamy and yummy. And that was the blandest mac and cheese ever had in my life. Do you hear me? Bland. It was so bland. And I put in all the seasonings he asked me to. I'm talking about, I did all the teaspoons here and tablespoons here and half a cups here and a 2/3 here. I did all that. All of it. I don't know what went wrong. I really don't. So anyway, that was the mac and cheese. And then we get to this cornbread dressing, right, that I want to taste like my grandmother so bad. I put all the stuff in there, the celery and the onion.
Then I kind of tried to make my own cream of chicken or cream of mushroom or whatever them creams that they use that Campbell's have. The Campbell's don't have no vegan options, so boo, whatever.
I put everything in, cooked it or whatever. Do y'all know it still came out looking and had the texture of stuffing? Is that my karma? Because I talk so bad about stuffing and now my dressing turned out to be stuffing? Ugh, I was so irritated. Okay, whatever. So got all that taken care of. And then I was like, oh, I need some gravy. Found a recipe online. The gravy, all right, it turned out all right. I mean, I don't know. It was a little clumpy to me, but whatever. Now the only thing I can be excited about that turned out absolutely amazing was the honey bun cake. That thing was so good and so moist, and now that thing was amazing. That's the only thing I feel really good about. That other stuff, I'm gonna tell y'all, I took a hit to my confidence because I had declared that I was a chef and I'm a chef and I'm cooking and I'm doing this. I'm a chef, yeah, sauteing, baking, air frying. Salt, pepper, garlic, onions. Very yummy in my tummy. In my tummy. I'm a chef, yeah. Boy, let me tell you, Thanksgiving dinner, let me know you're not ready yet. So I'm just gonna practice a little bit more, and you know, there's always next Thanksgiving, right? So you remember I told you I was gonna have someone come over and try it out. Okay, so I did have a vegan and a pescatarian come and try it out. Now, they swear up and down, oh, it's good, I like it. They lying. I know what good food tastes like and what bad food tastes like. I've been eating my entire life. That was some bad food. I don't know what they talking about.
Hold on, so let me tell you something. I'm at the Single Black Vegan's house, and baby, she got these green, the dressing. My plate clean, look, I ain't playing around. Mac and cheese on bomb. So listen, April, you threw down, girl. Thank you so much for inviting us. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
So this is my first Thanksgiving meal, all vegan Thanksgiving meal at the Single Black Vegan's home. And when I tell you, so good.
I appreciate them though. And then one of them gonna text you the next day.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Let me take these leftovers. Oh, they're so good.
Girl, I tried the leftovers the next day thinking like, okay, sometimes when you let all the ingredients and everything kind of set, you know, then it may taste better. Nope, it was still horrible on day 2. Horrible. They're just being nice. It's cool. I'm not tripping. I'm not. It's fine. It's fine. So you guys, that is what happened with my very first vegan Thanksgiving dinner. All I can say is better luck next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with other vegans or people who may have also had some Thanksgiving flubs like myself. And drop down in the comments and let me know if you guys have any tips for me, or if you made some mac and cheese or whatever all vegan. Please, 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 I'll take all the tips I can get, okay? And what brands are y'all using where the cheese melt and don't look like shredded carrots? Bye, y'all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.